was a lovely surprise to learn that I'd been named Outstanding Volunteer Fundraiser of the Year. I'd like to thank the Greater Dallas chapter of the Association of Fundraising Professionals for this honor and congratulate those being recognized today. Thank you all for your investment in our community. When I sat down to write this, my mind naturally went to the organization that nominated me, the Ronald McDonald House of Dallas. I became involved with the house when I moved to Dallas about 14 years ago after marrying my husband, Drew. Drew and I have a blended family of 6 children who now range in age from 23 to 40. Our first grandchildren, twin girls, just turned 1. I think perhaps it was raising all those kids that made the mission of the house resonate so deeply within me. There were many occasions when I'd go to the Ronald McDonald House frustrated by my own house full of children. Without exception, I would leave there grateful for our very average issues. Tragedy can strike anyone at any time. A parent's worst nightmare is the reality for the families at the house. Not only are they dealing with the stress of a sick or injured child, they have also had to leave their friends, their homes, and their jobs to travel to Dallas for treatment. I cannot imagine how difficult that must be. The Ronald McDonald House strives to provide the support those families have had to leave behind. They take care of basic needs like a place to stay, 3 meals a day, and transportation so that parents can concentrate on what is most important, the well-being of their child. But families say over and over again that they find so much more at the house. They find companionship in caring volunteers and staff members. They find a community of others who truly know what they are going through. And they find not just a place to stay, but a warm home away from home. These are the reasons the Ronald McDonald House of Dallas is often called the house that love built. Growing up in San Antonio, I was keenly aware of my family's history of community involvement. I went to a school my great-grandmother helped start and often passed my father in the hallways as he was on his way to one meeting or another. As a young child, I saw my mother put on her pink uniform every Monday to volunteer at the community hospital. It was my grandmother, however, who probably had the biggest influence on me. She was involved with numerous organizations in deep and meaningful ways. She had a favorite saying, "Go and see and be and do." For her, the emphasis was on do. In my own small way, I've tried to do what I can to make a positive difference. I've been fortunate to work with others who were much more talented than I am. Anyone who has raised funds knows that it takes a team of dedicated people to have a successful campaign. I would like to take this opportunity to thank all of those I've had the pleasure of partnering with. The staff members who put in endless hours to provide for those in their care, the volunteers who willingly give their time and talent, the board members who are such amazing stewards of the resources with which they are entrusted, and the donors who so generously provide for others. I dedicate this award to all of you. I'd like to close with a quote by Margaret Mead. "Never doubt that a small group of thoughtful, committed citizens can change the world. Indeed, it is the only thing that ever has."